It is that time of the year. Christmas lights, the gifts, the holiday parties, but with all of that partying, with all the merriment, comes the question of liability. We've got Dane Heptner here to talk about this topic. Hey, Dane, we always love having you. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good. All right, so I want to talk about company parties and then the average person throwing a house party. Let's get to that part first.
Right.
And let's talk about where the liability lies primarily.
For a homeowner throwing a Christmas party, the liability is really going to be more with the condition of your home, whether things are set up safely, whether you have any hidden dangers that you need to watch out for, like, you know, the old chair in the corner has a loose screw, so you want to put that away.
Every time.
Right, exactly.
Walking out to the deck where there's a change in height or whatever.
Right, you want to make sure things are well lit. You know, that's really where your liability is going to be concerned for house parties.
Okay.
Not so much the serving of alcohol. The Florida courts and the Florida legislature has drafted the laws in such a way where we don't want people to be liable for serving their friends a few beers and then they, on the drive home, hurt someone else.
Okay.
So you're going to be clear from liability in those types of situations.
All right, let's move to the company parties, because that seems to be the real issue right now and the hot topic, particularly in light of all the sexual harassment allegations, and I'm sure that companies are feeling the need to walk a fine line.
Right.
So let's talk about liability there.
Sure. So for employers, your employees are really, if there's a sexual harassment issue, it's a Title VII claim under the Civil Rights Act, and there's Florida law that kind of also expands upon that a little more. And what you really have to look out for is there's two types of sexual harassment. There's the work environment sexual harassment, and then a quid pro quo type of sexual harassment. So it's not too difficult to think of scenarios where it's like, you know, hey, if you want your Christmas bonus, you have to step under the mistletoe with me for a few minutes. That's a quid pro quo. I give you something, I get something in exchange. And then there's the work environment type of situation where maybe at the Christmas party someone's making advances, making offensive jokes, things like that, that end up affecting the victim's productivity in the work environment. It creates a hostile work environment for them where they can't do their work, they can't focus.
Even if it's an off-site party, the rules for the workplace apply no matter what.
Right, and so the way you can kind of protect yourself as an employer is, you know, there's the draconian method where it's no alcohol to keep things, you know, I probably just lost like all my Christmas invites. But then, you know, there's also, you know, take that extra step, send an email out reminding your employees of, hey, here are our office policies, make sure that even though we're off-site for our Christmas party, you're still complying. You know, go that extra step to make sure everybody knows.
Right, yeah, because this is your job.
Right.
You know, you don't want to risk that or put that in jeopardy. So what happens as it relates to liability for the employer if the person leaves and ends up hurting someone in a drunk driving crash?
Right, so actually the Florida legislature has a statute that says vendors of alcohol can be liable if they serve a habitual drunkard or a minor. Okay, so that applies to vendors, and it doesn't necessarily apply to social hosts.
Okay.
So a social
employer would be considered in this capacity.
Right, yeah, you're just having, unless of course you have employees on the clock, mandatory to come there, then you're kind of, you're getting into workers' comp issues and employment issues, but obviously they're not going to impose liability for serving alcohol to employees who go and they leave the party and, you know, maybe hurt somebody, unless of course you're serving a minor, in which case you've actually committed a crime.
Law, exactly.
Right, so that's different.
Well, you know, we hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's why we talk about this stuff, so you know about it going in. That way you can just enjoy yourself once you get there, right?
Right.
All right. We'll talk to you later, Dane. Thank you, Dane Heptner, everybody. All right, let's get over to Charlie Belcher with a look at what he's up to this morning. Hey, Chuck.